Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our weekend show of Round the Clock Cricket. Ayan and Sudeep joining me on our weekend, which promises to be exciting. Bengal crushed Haryana in under 3 days to top Group C of the Ranji Trophy, and after many years, looking a very, very potent side. We'll discuss that in the first of the header. And in the second header, we'll discuss how India is doing against New Zealand in T20, the last T20 series of India before the World Cup. So starting off with Oyon first. Oyon, after a long time, getting some thrill from domestic cricket.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was just looking at the table, Rahul, and
Yeah.
Bengal at the moment, the number of points they have got, that is the highest of the lot. Of course, they've finished all 7 games. So they're
Yes.
36 points out of 7. Bombay is 30 out of 6. So at best, okay, Bombay, if they get a bonus point in the last match, then they
Yeah.
can probably get
Yeah.
more than
They are
Bengal.
on the last day, so they have a chance
Last
of a
day.
bonus point. Yes.
Yeah, do they have
Yeah.
a chance? The match is
Six.
going on?
Yeah, the match is
Is the
going on. I
match
think it is going on.
okay? So what is the score there? I actually
Only
didn't
Group
see.
C has finished. Only Group C has finished. All the other
Oh, so
groups are on the
Delhi,
last day.
Mumbai. No, no,
Yeah.
Rahul. Bonus point is impossible. Bonus point is
Okay.
impossible. In fact, whether Bombay wins also, it's not quite clear because as I'm seeing, it's like Delhi is 221 in the first innings. They are getting a first innings lead. So Bombay 317 and then Delhi is 206 for 4. So whether they win
Okay.
outright, that's also not very clear because Delhi is about 100 and what 10 runs ahead.
Yeah, that
Uh,
a very good point, Oyun, because
right?
no group, I think no one is going to reach 36. Looks like.
No, Bombay might reach if they win. If they win, then Bengal
A
and
group,
Bombay
no one
both
is
get
going.
36.
B
No, no,
group, no.
nobody,
B group
nobody,
is
nobody, nobody,
nobody. C,
nobody.
Bengal, D,
Only
yes.
Bombay.
Bombay, only if they win outright, they have a chance.
They
So
have
the
a
only team
chance.
we can win is Bombay.
But
Yeah.
it is absolutely clear that Bombay will not, okay, unless they win by 10 wickets, which is
Correct. Right.
probably not likely here.
Not likely.
Not likely
And
here.
Bombay
So
is playing who? Bombay is playing, I think, Jammu
Delhi,
Kashmir,
Delhi,
right?
Delhi. No, Delhi,
Delhi,
Delhi. That's what
Delhi.
I said, right?
Okay.
Delhi. So
Oh.
Bombay stands a chance probably of
Hmm.
overtaking Bengal, not
Yeah.
overtaking, touching Bengal.
Touching
Right?
Bengal.
Touching
Yes.
Bengal. And what I really like this time, of course, Bengal bowling has always been very solid. At this time, you have I think three of the best bowlers, pace bowlers in the Indian
India currently
domestic
has.
circuit. Come on, Shami is really very potent now, as
Yeah.
has been
Yeah.
seen. Mukesh, Akashdeep is first team. Mukesh also has played, regularly, and Shabaz
Yes, I
has
think
got
I
the man
think
of the
the
match.
surprise pack Ion is Shabazz Ahmed.
Shabazz actually has been a very solid performer. If you remember, I think
On
last
on
one,
the fringes, Ion, on the fringes of Indian very long. But
absolutely no.
I think this series I think probably will push him to the India side,
I think see
especially the T20 side.
the year before before last year when Bengal reached the finals, I guess Shabazz
Yeah,
again played really well. This time he's like this particular match against Haryana, he's got the man of the match, 11 wickets.
yeah.
The
11
first
wickets,
inning,
5 and 6.
he and Mukesh got 5 each. It was just they decimated Haryana completely. Second
Yeah,
innings,
yeah,
he just
yeah.
steamrolled Haryana. He's a very good bat, and I think Akshar Patel can be in serious challenge. I think as a bowler, probably
I
Shabazz is
think I
more
was telling same thing
important.
to Sudeep that Akshar might be in challenge because they are of the same age, both are 30 plus 94 born.
Right,
And I
right.
think if Ravindra Jadeja position is very diluted now, Akshar is okay. But Shabazz, if he's on this performance and a little backing from selectors, I think I'm looking at
Shabazz
Shabazz
is
post the
actually
T20 World
exactly.
Cup.
So once I don't know. In his short format, how good he is, that has to be seen. But certainly in the long format, I think as a bowler, he probably has. I think really solid potential. I think Akshar
Correct.
is a very flat bowler. So he's
Yeah.
mostly containing bowler. I think Jadeja, of course, is much
I
more
think the
potent.
reason I think the reason Akshar got dropped after that famous series against England was because of the flatness. He's
No,
very, very flat. He's
he
very,
doesn't
very
turn the
flat on the
ball.
22.
He doesn't
Yeah.
really turn the ball at all. He's a
Yeah.
containing
Yeah.
bowler,
Yeah.
right? And
Containing bowler.
as a
Right.
bat, he's good, but Shabazz, I think, is a better bowler. And I guess as a bat also, I think he's quite. That maybe Akshar is somewhat ahead, but Shabazz, I think, is somebody we have to look at. And certainly in the domestic circuit, I think Bengal's bowling. I think there is nobody even close at the moment. If you look at Bombay, Sarfaraz Khan is the only person who is of some stature. The others, I have not even heard their names.
Bengal, I think the way
Huh.
it is panning out, I don't think Mumbai will. we might see Mumbai in the finals, not before that. Not sure.
Probably,
Looks to
probably.
be a Mumbai
So I
Bengal
think
final.
Bengal, the next game probably would should be against Jharkhand,
Jharkhand,
and if they
yes.
win that, they will go for the I think the
And
winners
I
of
think
the
that
B
match
versus D.
probably will be in your place because we
That'd be
played
great.
Jharkhand last in Jharkhand. So the quarterfinal looks to be in Kolkata or Kolkata. Should be either Salt Lake or Kalyani. Should be.
Yeah, yeah,
As of
absolutely
now,
looking forward.
Jharkhand looks to be ahead. Yeah.
And also, what I like, Rahul, the batting. Also, if you see, Ishwaran is in pretty good touch. I mean, I mean, he played a solid knock in the, I guess, in the second inning, first innings this time, and I mean, in the top five, I think every time some player has raised their bat. I mean, they have
But I
contributed. I
think,
mean, I mean,
coming to the Ishwaran point later, I think the weak, which Sudeep and
yeah, yeah,
Nishanjan also were pointing out, the
right, right, right.
bowling looks much
Is the
potent than
strong.
the batting.
I know, no, but I
Yeah.
agree. See, at the moment, Bengal doesn't really have as good in terms of at least display. They don't have a batting lineup which, in terms of with I mean, in terms of playing for India and all that, they don't have that kind of stature in terms of name. But if you look at delivery, I think what I have liked this time is that in the first innings again the Haryana match, we had Sudeep Chatterjee play well. In the second innings, Sudeep
We were
Chatterjee failed.
discussing Sudeep.
Ghadani played well.
Couple of years back, Sudeep was almost on the fringe of knocking
Yeah,
out
yeah.
India. Three,
No,
four
so
years back, if you
so so
remember.
so you look at that, Rahul. See, Sudeep Chatterjee stood up in the first inning. Second inning, Sudeep Gharami stood up,
Stood
right?
out.
So then Ishwaran has played well. Somehow, our most reliable bat Anushtup has not fired too much, which I think may be a good sign, because I guess Anushtup
Yes.
is due for a long innings, and if it comes in the knockout, I think great for Bengal. So the team,
And
most importantly, is playing as a
yeah.
unit, playing solidly as a unit, and there's no
And
ego
I think
clash.
Sudeep was commenting on this just before he joined. I think it's time now we move from Anushtup also. Last 20 years he's playing for
Right, right.
Bengal.
No, no, but see,
It's
I
very
at
important to
the
get a
moment,
now a player
at the
in his
moment
place.
we have to win. I mean,
Mm,
my
mm,
eyes are set
mm.
on the Ranji. So
Ranji,
Bengal
yes,
has to
yes,
win.
yes.
So for
Mm,
that, I guess Onustup is necessary. He has to dig in, and
mm,
he's due for a
mm,
long innings. And
mm,
hopefully, when the chips are down in the
mm,
knockout stages, I guess, I mean, he has enough class at the domestic level where he
mm.
should again, stand out. So I mean, he should probably be counted. So that is, I would say, not a bad sign for Bengal, because Onustup is probably due a big innings, and every time there's a necessity, some one batsman has
Stood up and delivered.
stood up and delivered, and that way I think the team has gelled well. So all of these players have been playing together for a pretty
One more
long
thing,
time.
Ayon. I was just reading the news. Lakshmi Ratan Shukla said this time the ground at Roli, I mean Lali or whatever the name of the ground at Rohtak. Uh, he said that this is not going to be pacer friendly, so they rested Shami and got Shahbaz, and they were
Yes,
right.
yes, yes,
I think
yes, yes,
that is the
absolutely.
reading was very good from Lakshmi. I think Lakshmi's
Absolutely.
coaching has been pretty good, spot on
No,
this
and,
year.
but then you see in the first innings, Mukesh took five. So this has been a pitch which has, I think, helped. I think even for Haryana, our favorite player Anshul Kamboj, he took 3 4 wickets
Yeah.
in the second innings.
Mhm.
I think he took 4 wickets in the second innings. So this has been a pitch
Correct.
which has helped everybody, I guess. But I think Bengal has been dominant. And this
Yes,
is what I've really
absolutely.
liked. This entire season, Bengal has been extremely dominant.
Dominant. Right.
That
We'll
really
come to you
matters.
on this. Yeah,
Sure.
we'll come to you.
Yeah.
Sudeep,
Yeah.
2 points to discuss with you. First, do you think, and we have discussed this with Oyon and everyone in the England series, do you think Abhimanyu Ishwaran, obviously a lot of the wrong things have happened with him, but do you think now that Ishwaran has to deliver this 86, Sudeep, which Oyon said, I agree that he's coming and delivering, but this
Yeah.
86 should be 186 or 286. That's point number
Yeah.
one. Because
Yeah.
when you are not delivering, no, this is my first question. When he is not delivering, then he has to perform like Sarfaraz, 150, 250. You perform so much that there is a lot of pressure on the Gautam Gambhir and Ajit Agarkar. That is one. And number two is, do you think that Bengal finally will become uh, a team which will be haves and rather than have nots? Because see, apart from Saurav Riddhi, Pankaj Ray only fringes 4 5 players. Bengal's history, in spite of winning two Ranji, 1938 under Tom Longfield and 1989 under Sambaran, and only one Indian, of course, if Longfield is a British, although he played for provincial Bengal. And in the last 70, 80 years, Bengal's Ranji, and when we grew up, Ranji was like, except that 88, 89 two series, and then we back-to-back final, one we lost, one we won. And then 93 one, which Utpal Chatterjee were bowled so well, but we lost. And then the two finals in 20 and 23. And only 6 or 7 finals in 80, 85 years history, when Mumbai has won almost 40 times, services
40
has won
times.
so many times. Do you
Yeah.
think Bengal has coming of age? That is my second question. And first is Abhimanyu Ishwaran. Over to you, Sudhir.
Abhimanyu Ishwaran, thanks, Rahul. I think it was high time. We are entering a very crucial stage, as far as the Ranji Trophy is concerned, Bengal, and now it is high time, for both for his own sake as well for his team. I think he has to perform, convert the 50s into big scores. One problem, as we go ahead in the finals towards the finals, road to the finals. One particular problem with the Bengal is this batting lineup. It has not performed. I mean, the players have not performed very consistently. Some particular match, one player performs, then another match, another one takes over. I mean, one single batsman, except I think Sudeep Chatterjee to some extent, he has not played all the matches. I was just going through the statistics. You won't find a top run getter Bengal batsman in the top 15 or 20, which is very surprising. Yet,
That is what I said. I think Sudeep is at 41st, which
yeah.
is not
So
speaking very
just can
highly.
you just believe it? A team which has topped the group, with 36 points, yet it's batsmen, it's the bowlers, who are doing all the wonders at the moment. So I think, yeah, coming to the point, Abhimanyu Ishwaran, if he has to put some kind of, pressure on the selectors, it is high time he converts this 50s into big scores. And this is his best chance. And if somehow Bengal manages to win the Ranji Trophy and he scores heavily in the next few matches, you never know how things will, because Gautam Gambhir's test is test career as a manager, of the as a
That's
coach
a
is
very good
also,
point
it's
because
a very, it's very dicey at
T20,
the moment.
if he loses, probably he will be out. If he
Yeah.
loses T20, he'll probably be out.
And his
Looks
career
like.
as a coach,
Hmm.
test coach is also under, under
Lot of
scrutiny.
crowd.
And so,
Yes, lot of crowd.
so who knows, if Abhimanyu Ishwaran continues to, scores heavily in the next few, whatever chances he gets in the domestic matches, you never know. And if at all there is a total new management, you never know, he might get a look in, because the Indian test team is not at all settled. It is totally in a mess at the moment, because there's no stable batting lineup. And coming to the second one, second question, Rahul, I think the bowlers have performed extremely well. They have surpassed all expectations, Bengal bowlers. The batsmen did not have to do much. What I find is, the most of their opponent batsmen have got out very cheaply. They haven't put up very big scores. If you look at the teams, so I think the Bengal bowlers have performed exceptionally well, and that has, given. I mean, the opposition has not been able to pile up very big scores. So that could be one reason that we don't find any Bengal batsmen in the top 40 or 30, 40. But coming of age, there's no particular player at the moment whom can, because most of the Anustup Majumdar, Sudeep Chatterjee, they are well past their 30s. They are on the wrong side of the 30s. So there is no other than Abhimanyu Ishwaran. He's also, of course, above 30, but there is no other batsman whom you can say that he is in
And in the
contention.
last few years, which I'll come to Iron now, thanks Sudeep. Iron, the last few years, Bengal cricket has got only bowlers. Apart from the other three, Mukesh, Sudeep, and Akash, Mukesh, Akash, and Sami, who are not from Calcutta, Shayan Sarkar, Suraj Sindhu Agarwal, Gandhi, all the three who are coming up, and all bowlers. And from mainland China, Sambaran Academy, which me and Sudeep had gone to Sambaran and made. So most of them are bowlers. Do you think Bengal, in the long run, if they are to become a domestic giant, this is a problem that we are getting more
Yes,
bowlers?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, see, in the when we won in that 91, that 1991 thing, it was completely bad. batsman heavy, right? You think of it. Arun Lal was the captain, then of course Ashok Malhotra,
Ashok Malhotra.
Raja Venkat, Saurav himself,
Yeah,
right?
Arunlal was not the captain.
Fantastic.
Neashish.
Samaran was the
Shamaran was the
captain.
captain. Sorry, Shamaran was
Neashish.
the captain.
Neashish was there, no,
Ashish
also.
Ganguly. I mean, it was a fantastic batting team, right? The bowling, I mean, was okay. It was there, but fine. I mean, Bengal was
Yes,
basically
Rajiv Seth, Dattatreya, Sagarma Sen Sharma, and
Dattatraya
Utpal.
Sharma.
Very, very okay type
Sharma,
bowlers.
okay
Good
types.
man.
I mean, nothing
Good type.
really threatening. I mean, Bengal won the semi-finals against Karnataka by the quotient
Karnataka.
thing, huh, by the quotient rule.
And a
Even
magnificent
then,
100
in
from
the
Snatches
final,
Ganguly.
to a double
Yeah,
hundred, which was an
yeah,
unbelievable innings. But then, even in the
right.
finals, we won by quotient. So basically, it was the batting which pulled Bengal. Now,
Yes,
as you say, it is a fact that we don't have batters of the class of the bowling that we have. But see, my point is finally, if you keep winning, I don't really care, right? I mean, if in
right.
a crisis situation, some batter, goes and puts up his hand and delivers, I'm fine. Of course, the problem would be, I mean, there's a collapse. If there is a team, if you have a
Yes, that is what
passing
I was
wicket,
coming to. If we bat first and there's a collapse. If we bat
collapse,
first.
and also and that is of course a problem. But then that of course I would think that the wicket would of course play a hand as well. I mean, it would be a juicy wicket where the Bengal bowlers would probably also come in, because for example in this match against Haryana, I think we scored only 193 in the first innings, but then got them out at
And
100.
200 in the second innings.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got them out at 100, right? So that, but the problem I would really see when if the opposition bats and gets a 500 on the board, then remember Ranji, if you may lose by first innings, right? So that will be a
That is the
real
problem. That
test.
is a major issue. Yeah.
And that whether this team has people, I think to really dig in, Anushtup and Ishwaran are the guys, I guess. Shudeep Garami, both the Shudeeps have had shown pretty good, solid temperament. But as we all know, I mean, they are not getting younger. So that I agree is a point, and as is completely a fact that somehow we are not getting batsmen of the class. I mean, not even close to Saurav. I mean, forget about Saurav. I mean, not close to Saurav, right? I mean,
If you
ne-
remember, we had Gautam Shom Jr., we had Indu Bhushan Roy, and Indu was a
no,
big
IB was
giant
a
of
solid
domestic.
bat.
IB was a
IB
huge
was a
giant.
very, very good bat. So
Good bat. And
that
Sikand
is a
Kalyani.
void.
And Sikand
And
Kalyani.
Shrikant Kalyani, of course. When that this is a void. I mean, why we have so many bowlers in contention and not a single bat? Okay, Ishwaran. I mean, he's a bit iffy, but he's never been as strong a challenger as Saurav, right? I mean, Saurav. I mean, he had to play India. It was clear that he would
And
play.
I think Ishwaran last 2 years was at his best. He's not
Okay.
been nowhere near his best because he scored about
And
800 last year,
see,
last to
I
last
think
year.
as I think we all agree, Sudeep also said that if Ishwaran, this is his final chance. In
Chance,
the
absolute.
next match, at least
Three.
in the next possible
Quarterfinal and
three,
semi-final. If we not, I don't
hopefully
know final, so two matches, yeah.
hopefully he will get at least two matches, and he
Matches.
has to crack. I mean, he
Right.
has to finally, if he wants to throw his hat in the ring. I mean, if he gets another 70 or 80, it will not help. I mean, of course, if he
No,
in
I
a
think you
chase
should.
and all,
I
it
mean, he
might
has to
matter.
get a 200. He has to get 200 because
And look at this.
Sarfraz is not getting in after
Yes,
200%.
yes, yes. Sarfaraz, this match. I think no, last match or something. I saw he scored a 219, right? I mean, he's really
219.
playing brilliantly, right? So Sarfaraz is
And
why he's
I
not
think
playing.
it is just a matter of change of management, as Sudeep said. If by
Yeah.
chance Gautam Gambhir goes, I think Sarfraz will walk in straight away.
Yeah, and it's very clear that if India do badly in the T20 World Cup, then Gambhir's days will be very, very severely numbered. I think there's no doubt about that. I mean, if India flounders in the upcoming T20
Yeah,
World Cup,
because
it is
the
going to be a
money
very
part in
big
T20
problem.
is most, and yes, India Flanders. I think probably safely Gambhir will be out. There's no
A
doubt
very,
about it.
very big chance. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So anyway, coming back to Bengal, this is a lacuna. I mean, I don't know why we are not getting batsmen even
Yeah, this is
close
a
to our bowling
problem.
strength. I mean, I don't
Mm.
even see. We probably the upcoming fresh new batsmen. I mean, and we are using the same old batters, right? I mean, I think this batting lineup hasn't changed too much for the last 4 5 years,
No,
which means that
no. Sudeep
there
Ghani,
are
Sudeep Chatterjee, Abhimanyu Ishwaran,
Rahul
and
Ishwaran, Anushtup.
Anushtu Majumdar.
I
Four,
So
have a
five people have
question.
not changed at
I
all.
have just one question. Do you see Abhishek Porel coming in the next match? Because he did not play, I think, in this
I don't
match.
know why he did not play. I think injury could be injury.
Could be
I'm
some
not too sure.
injury.
I think
Yeah,
Abhishek Patel will walk in the knockouts. I think so.
yeah, he should. He should. He
he
should.
should.
He
Yeah.
should. Let's see. But at the moment, this team is winning. And see, as I said, the fact that we are winning with such dominance. That is
Yes.
really good, right? I mean, this team has gelled. Lakshmi has managed to get this team perform as a
Best
unit.
out of the team. Yes. I
There are
think very
no ego.
important.
See, there are no
Ego
ego
clashes.
clashes. That is very clear.
Correct.
I mean, that is a big
Mm.
thing. I think the
Mm.
dressing room is happy, and that is
Mm.
why we are, really rolling over all the
All
opponents till
the
now. I think Jharkhand should
opponents. Correct.
be another. I mean, shouldn't be too tough. And then, of
Mm.
course, the semi-finals things. But yeah, of course, Mumbai is a different proposition
Yeah,
altogether.
Jharkhand, if I think Ishan Kishan, not if, he will not be there. So Jharkhand should be a easy cake. Semi-final, I don't know. Semi-final, we have to see from
So
that
it's just see
onwards.
because again, Rahul, I think it's very clear that in terms of star content, I don't think there is any team close to Bengal at the moment. I mean, if you
Correct.
look at because see again, our top players still really don't play Ranji, right?
Mm.
So you don't have KL Rahul etc. playing Ranji, right? So
Mm.
that way, Bengal has three India. I see, and the Bengal's advantage is Shami is probably not really going to make it again, but he's been one of India's star bowlers. Both
Yeah.
Akashdeep and Mukesh are not
Mukesh.
Indian stars. They are not
Mm.
star bowlers of India. So for
Correct.
them, the Ranji is still an important thing to compete and show their class. I mean,
Absolutely.
they'll
Akash,
have
although
the
he's now a regular, and I would see Akash
yeah, yeah.
going to West Indies
But
and
see,
New Zealand. I
Bumrah,
will see him
boom.
go.
I mean, they've not become close to Bumrah, right? Bumrah
Bumrah.
doesn't play
Yeah, yeah,
Ranji.
sure.
There's no
Mm.
way that Bumrah will play Ranji.
Mm.
Siraj, I
Mm.
saw is playing. Siraj is the captain, I think of
Of
I guess
Hyderabad,
Andhra, I
Hyderabad,
guess Hyderabad,
Hyderabad,
right?
Hyderabad.
Siraj is playing.
Mm.
So that is
Mm.
good. But then I mean that way Bengal I think is the most star-studded team in terms of bowling, and
Even
even in a
yeah,
placid wicket, I think the bowling is still patent, quite
yeah.
potent. Yeah,
Thanks, Anand.
Sudeep, you
Sudeep,
were
my
saying something. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, even Mumbai team, does not look very formidable on
No,
paper.
at
If you
all.
look at it,
absolutely.
you
That's
look
what
at
I was
it,
saying.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
what I was saying, Sudeep. I have not heard the name of anyone except
Most
Sarfaraz
of the
Khan.
players,
Yes, sir, brother. Me too.
I
I was
mean,
going to the team. No, none. So, Sudeep,
yeah,
my final question in this round to you: do
yeah,
you think India,
in,
Bengal, if they
yeah,
win this Ranji, it will help Bengal to catalyst some more players in the side? Given that Mukesh Akash and obviously Shami, they are not from Bengal.
yeah.
So Shami, unfortunately, sidelined 35 plus, could be his last year's already played for India. Could be. I do not say anything
I,
in cricket anymore.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But do you think Bengal, after if they win this time, it will be the third Ranji? They have been in finals in the last twice in the last 5 years. Do you think Bengal finally will stamp its authority as a domestic giant if they win this time? Because
No,
as Aaron rightly said, the team is really motor rolling now. It will be
yeah,
really unfortunate if one of the matches go wrong and that too in the knockout, but it should not
that will
happen.
be a knockout. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I do not see the way domestic cricket happens. I do not see except Vidarbha, if they qualify, could be a jinx for Bengal, but otherwise I do not see any team. Hyderabad could be one if we face in the semis. Well, I think Bengal should qualify. The way it is panning out, it should qualify for the
It should
finals.
qualify
So,
for
do
the
you think Bengal will
semi-finals.
really be a final potent force to discuss in domestic cricket, like New South Wales in Australia and Sussex and Kent in county?
Yeah. See, if they win this year's Ranji Trophy, that will be a big, the big boost to Bengal cricket. But if you see, but if you ask me that if any Indian player, Bengal players will be in contention for the national team, then other than Shahbaz Ahmed, I'm not seeing any other player at the moment because Mohammad Shami, I don't think he's in the contention as far as the selectors are concerned. Mukesh Kumar is only being considered for T20s, for domestic matches or other matches, whatever T20s. They don't play him or one or two couple of ODIs.
No,
That's it.
Akash, I think, will be a regular in the basis
Akashdeep
side.
is very much in contention, but
Because
he
I
was
think
much.
Bumrah is going to retire somewhere down the
Yeah.
line. That's a prediction. By 26
Uh,
or early 27, he's going to retire. I don't see Bumrah in 27 World Cup.
So
I do not see in
Akashdeep
the
has
50 over World
already
Cup.
played, is already in the Indian team, in the Test
Indian
squad.
team now, right?
So as for
That's
any
good, yeah.
new player, I only see Shahbaz Ahmed to be in contention after
And
the
that too, he's past 30 now.
yeah. He's
But
also
yes,
past 30.
rightly point, the position is important. Akshar's position, as Owen rightly said, is quite still
Yeah.
vitriolic and quite
And
not
I won't
very
be surprised if,
sustainable.
Shahbaz, if Jadeja is also on the verge of retiring, in
Retirement.
one
Yeah,
year's
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So,
Correct.
Shahbaz should be in contention for the
And
bigger
he is in
format.
good books of
For the
Gambhir because he was directly floated into the side from that Ranjit side
for
team.
the in the longer format, I won't be
Yeah.
surprised if Shahbaz is in contention. Yeah.
what is your take on Abhishek Porel? Because we have discussed briefly in other shows. Do you think Abhishek? I think I'm disappointed with him with the talent he has. Do you think Abhishek
Abhishek
Porel is the next
Porel,
big star?
has only flattered to deceive, basically the
To
kind
see.
of talent he has, and he serves both as a wicketkeeper as well as a batsman.
That's a
So the
big
chances,
option because he can open and he's an
uh,
opener and he's an
so
opener. He can open and keep like Adam
had
Gilchrist
he
and he's a
performed well,
left-hander.
he could have been an ideal replacement for KL Rahul, for the likes of KL Rahul in
Yes.
ODIs. You know,
And very surprisingly, Saurav Ganguly picked him up for Delhi Capitals. Even after Saurav's backing, he's not been able to deliver, which I'm a little surprised.
that is very surprising, because he had the potential, but somehow he's not able to deliver. It's a very, I hope that he doesn't go the Amol Majumdar way, he doesn't get
Yes.
any
No, no,
chance
not
in the
Amal Majumdar way. I hope he doesn't go the Vinod Kambli way.
Vinod Kambli way. That is true.
And
Yeah,
Amal Majumdar had all the right things ticked. He could
yeah,
not get in because of the Fab Four. He had no other
certainly, fair
option.
point. Yeah, that is true.
Like
Yeah,
Padmaka Shivalkar and Rajinder Goyal could not go because of Bedi Prasanna and
and
Chandra. Amal
Varun
Majumdar
Barman.
similarly had the same fate. But Abhishek Porel is in even the last the 25 IPL I watched supported Delhi only because of
But he did not
Abhishek,
play
and
well.
I got flattered to deceive. I was
He
flattered
did
because
not play. He
every
did
time he
not
got a
play well.
start
Yeah.
20, 30, 40 and got
Yeah,
out.
he's not converting the small scores into big ones. So that is a big temperament issue, I think, with Porel. So unless and until that, he's 25, so age is on his side, but he has to deliver in the next one
He's
year.
25, I think he's 24.
I think
He's
25, I
2001
think.
born.
So, yeah, maybe
25.
24,
Okay.
25, but he
Okay. On
has
the
age on
fringe,
his
but
side.
highly on the fringe.
But
Yeah. Thank you
he has to
so much,
perform. Yeah.
Sudhir. Yeah. One line from Ayon and Abhishek Porel. Ayon, do you see him in the side in 26 or 27?
No way. I mean, come on. I mean, you're talking about Amol Mazumdar. I mean, where he's not even, is he really in the national discourse like Amol Mazumdar was? I don't see where,
No,
who
no. I'm
outside
saying
Bengal.
in the white ball, not in the red ball. In white, do you think Abhishek Porel white?
Is Abhishek Porel really discussed in the national
I,
context? I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so,
he's in
Rahul.
contention at the
I
moment.
don't think he's at all in the contention. I mean, he should have. I mean, if he has probably an outstanding IPL this time, of course
Yeah.
he might come in. But do you think people talking about him outside Bengal? That is the main thing. Amol Muzumdar, how did you and me know about his name?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
became
Because
a
of
national
huge
figure, right?
national figure. Yeah.
Huge thing. I mean, he was so singularly unlucky that both Tendulkar and Kambli were right there with him. I mean, he was slightly earlier, but then it was,
Yeah.
I mean, he just could not crack in,
That was
break in.
singularly unlucky. Singularly unlucky.
Tremendously unlucky, right? I mean, but
Tremendous.
that he was a very, 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 very talented player. Everybody, every cricket lover in the country knew about him. Porel,
Yeah.
how many people know about him? So I do not see
Yeah.
him coming in. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I think even Shayok, your brother was very, very uncomfortable. And he said that let him play first a little more.
Yeah, of
So and
course.
even the
Of
media is not
course.
very comfortable with
No,
him.
what
No, no,
So
let him
that is
have
a
an
problem.
outstanding
that is true.
IPL.
Yeah.
If he does a good IPL this time, we'll see. Let's see and hope if he plays in the knockout matches. Hopefully, I don't think he's had a great Ranji Trophy too.
I
So
think he's
let's see
more
him
of a
play well.
wicketkeeper batter rather than a batting
That
wicketkeeper.
is
That is
tough,
one
I
thing we
mean,
have
we
to
have too many
know.
No,
people
wicket
also,
keeper
right?
batter, he will not be able to make it. He has to be a better
He's
keeper.
a
Otherwise, I
wicketkeeper
don't think he
batter,
will crack
and
it.
if you see his first class average, he's 30. It is in
So that
31.
is
His
problem. That is
average
a
is.
problem.
Well, we have Rishabh. I mean, that is sort of Rishabh Pant
Yeah.
is really very strong. We have
No,
so
I
many
think for the
players now,
place
right?
where he can target actually is T20 because Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, the T20 wicketkeeper
Maybe,
position is
maybe,
vitriolic. And of course,
maybe.
KL Rahul yesterday said that he might retire from one of the formats. He said that.
Right, right,
So
right.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Might be a
KL Rahul
position
is
there.
also looking at his end. 94 born, he's 33, 32.
So let's
So
hope Porel has a good IPL. That's the only thing we
good
can say.
IPL, yeah. On that note, thank you, Sudeep and Ayan, and hoping that Bengal really wins and we'll have a show on Bengal. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much and good night.